Do it.
Hi there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to our TGIF Talks, episode 80. I have no idea. I'm joined by my co-host, Anonymous Phil.
Hi.
Roll the intro. What happened to... There we go. Wait, back. There we go. Or not. Maybe...
What are you doing?
Trying to play the intro and nothing's working. Why can't I hear my own... Oh. No. Yep. That might, that'll fix that issue.
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. And they're always glad you came.
These podcasts are broken down into four parts.
8 parts. 8 parts.
4 parts. First we have how our weeks have been, followed by the news, followed by your comment, followed by a random fourth topic that I thought I had an idea for, but now I can't remember. Anyways. So, what have you been doing the past week?
Work.
Anything eventful?
What have you been doing? What have you been doing the past week?
Work.
Same here.
Oh, we went to Friend.
What?
We went to Friend.
You did? Oh yeah, that was this week.
You don't remember? I mean, you were asleep
My weeks blur together.
You were asleep for like 90% of the trip, so.
I was tired.
Actually, Friday night is supposed to be clear. I know you won't be able to join me, but I will be maybe doing something. I have no idea yet. I haven't decided yet. Haven't decided if I'm going to go out to my parents or if I'm just going to stay home and play Ark.
Yeah.
Ark sounds really good compared to burning gas.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. It's
Why?
free. And
You can burn gas for free.
How?
What? Do you have to pay money to start your truck and burn gas?
Yeah?
No. You have to what? You have a coin slot to start your truck and burn gas?
To get the gas in the truck, you have to pay.
No. We're not talking about filling up. We're talking about burning gas. You can burn gas all you want for free. It's when you have to refill up that's the problem.
Okay. Let
That's
me
the point I'm trying to make.
rephrase.
Burning gas
Using
is
my
free.
truck, in any sense of the term,
is free. You don't have a coin slot.
it feels like I'm burning money because I put the money into getting the gas, and now it has to run off of the money.
That's after the fact, though.
I see
You've
it as
already
before
paid.
the fact.
You've already paid. Ergo, you're not burning more money. You've already paid.
Okay. The more gas I use that isn't just from work to home or work, grocery store, home, is gas that I otherwise wouldn't have had to burn.
Yes.
And therefore, money I wouldn't otherwise have to spend. Because now I'm going to have to refill up faster.
What? Yes.
Now I have to refill up faster, which means I have to spend more money.
In the future, but not at that moment of time.
I do not discount the future like most of humanity. There's a whole thing in public policy about future discounting. And unlike the rest of society, I do not discount the future.
Why?
It's the future. It
hasn't happened yet.
I don't care. See, As where the rest of society seems to think that, oh, it's the future. It hasn't happened yet. Who knows
Exactly.
what could happen? I'm like,
Exactly.
yes, but I could do my best to make sure that I get the best future possible. And the best future possible is to burn the least amount of gas possible. It's good for my wallet. It's good for future children. It's good for the planet. All of
Eh.
Where do you sit on this?
I don't know how to spell it.
Where do you sit on this?
Oh well.
What do you mean, oh well?
That's where I sit. It's like, oh well.
So you heavily discount the future.
Hasn't happened yet. Don't care. I'm not going to stress about something that hasn't happened yet.
Says the man who studied for tests.
Yeah, and but I needed it. That's where I learned.
That hadn't happened yet, so what was the point?
Exactly. That's why I realized after the fact. No, I'm saying that's what I used to do.
It took you 5 years to figure that out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
5? I find that hard to believe.
You haven't figured it out yet, apparently.
That's because I never studied for tests.
Yeah, we'll start studying one day,
place.
and then you'll reach my level.
I don't need to. I'm done. I'm not going
You
back.
don't seem done. You seem to still care.
About my tests? No.
No, about the future.
Well, yeah. Future isn't done yet. Therefore, there is a reason to care.
Nah.
You realize it
Future
works in both ways, right? You're like, oh, it hasn't happened yet, therefore why care? But then it's like, well, it hasn't happened yet, therefore you should care. Because then something else could happen that'd be better. Therefore, there is a reason to care.
No, but see, if I just don't care, I don't have to stress about something that hasn't happened yet.
Listen, I believe in living in the moment to an extent.
Exactly.
To an extent.
I am all in the moment. We are no longer living in the future because this is not the future, this is the present.
Have you fully ascended to nihilism then?
If that's what it sounds like to you, then I guess so.
That you fully ascended to the point where what does anything matter, nothing has meaning, and that
exactly
you've accepted this.
I've accepted defeat, that there is nothing to care about with the future because it's unwritten. Anything I do now in the moment impacts the future. Ergo, why stress about something that can be changed?
Because it can be changed.
Exactly, it can be changed.
That's why you should stress.
No.
It works in both ways. Yes, it could be
I'm just
changed
gonna let it happen.
by forces that you can't control, but there's also forces that can't be controlled, and that if the dice rolled the correct way, you could have easily have done something.
Yeah, but see, me living in the moment is more like letting it happen or whatever. I'm not looking forward to anything. The future is a surprise to me.
So, if I told you that you give me $10 today, I will give you $1 million tomorrow. But if you don't give me $10 today, you will not get $1 million tomorrow.
Okay.
Or the likelihood of you getting $1 million tomorrow is pretty much zero now. Would you give me $10?
Wait, am I guaranteed to get $1 million?
I don't remember how the exercise works entirely.
What?
But yes.
I'm guaranteed $1 million.
Yep. Actually, yes, that is exactly how it works. Because, well, usually it's a longer time frame, but I'm doing a test here. People discount the future. That's this whole spiel. And so that you can tell them, give me $10 today. Tomorrow, you have $1 million. Usually it's not tomorrow, but it's a determined amount of time into the future you will get this. However, on the opposite turn, it's like you don't have to give me $10 and you're not going to get $1 million in the future. Granted, it's not usually that stark of a difference. It's a bit closer. And almost and a majority of young people will say, screw the future and pick the present one. Actually, most people pick the present one because people don't realize the value of the future. And they'll pick the one from the present. And this is the whole...
No. Well, see, the thing is, you pick too little of amount. Me, I simply don't care. $10, boo-hoo. I'd burn it with a match if you asked me to. I'd give you $10 if it meant $1 million.
Can we do that? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. So next time...
burn a match? I cannot light a match on camera. I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
What? No, it's not.
To light a $10 bill on fire on camera?
It's completely legal.
I don't think that's legal.
What are they? I'm sure of the other 80 billion probably videos of people burning money on the internet. I'm sure they're going to come after you. Think about that. Think about how many videos of people burning money there are on the internet. Actually, it probably is illegal. Well, it depends. Because you can't deface it.
Yes. In the United States, burning banknotes is prohibited under 18 USC some symbol 333. Mutilation of national bank obligations, which includes any other thing that renders a note unfit to be reissued. Anything that you do that renders it to be unusable.
Okay. So not on video. Next time I see you, will you burn a $10 bill for me?
No, it's illegal.
But you said you just would.
No, I'm saying it's compared. I was making a metaphor, an analogy. Hyperbole.
Yes.
Whatever the word I'm looking for is.
Right. I think hyperbole is the best one there. Anyways.
Exaggeration. Yeah.
Well, exaggeration works too. But the exercise, this one, again, is an extreme and probably doesn't really work, is to show that people don't value... It's the whole thing about public policy and the reason why pollution is an issue. It's because people 50 years ago said, it's 50 years from now. What's it matter? So they pushed it off.
Exactly.
Now it's 50 years later, and we're like, oh, it's an issue. Actually, what happened was the scientists thought it was going to be 100 years. It turned into 50. And now they're crapping themselves because, like, oh, this happened a lot faster than we were expecting. And now they're having to live with it. And now we have all these debates like, what do we do? And it's like, you should have done something we still have a chance, maybe. We still have somewhat of a chance. We can at least mitigate the disasters that are going to happen. But the point is, you would not. So okay, let's make it more than $10. If I asked you for all the money in your bank account besides enough to get you to your next paycheck.
Okay.
Right, all the money in the world besides what you need to get to your next paycheck. Yeah. And I said that after your next paycheck, I would give you all that money back plus an extra $100,000. Would you do it?
Wait. So I give you the money up until my next paycheck.
You give me the money. You don't have it anymore. It's gone. And then after your next paycheck, I give you $100,000.
Plus that money?
Plus the money you gave me.
And I keep just enough to live for the next week, till the next paycheck or whatever.
Whatever your next paycheck is, yes.
I keep that amount. to get by.
Like bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like
And
you
then
have
I expect-
$0 when your paycheck comes.
Yes. Ideally, that's how it works. So then my next paycheck comes. The minute before the paycheck is deposited, I have $0.
Mm-hmm.
And then so then after that money is deposited, I have that money plus the money I gave you plus
Plus
$100,000.
$100,000. Would you do it?
How am I supposed to believe you?
That's the thing. How much do you discount the future?
Oh, because that's what it is. It's like the future is, do you believe that you would actually pull through and not just take the money and run?
In the activity, you would actually technically get the money, but people have the same thing with you. They're like, well, in exchange, it's like, well, you're just going to give me, say, $100. Screw it. I'll take the $100 today. Or let's say in your case, I'll take 10 grand today. Or I'll just take whatever you have now and double it. Let's just say that. Whatever you have right now and double it. You'd be like, oh yeah, I take a lot of young people anyways. Older people, it gets a little topsy-turvy. Young people, most will say that they'll just take double and call it good. Because they discount the future that much that they're like, in their case, we're talking like 10 years. In your case, we're talking like a week. And you're discounting to the point where it's like, I don't trust that I'm going to get $100,000 in a week.
Yeah.
So you're discounting the future that much.
You think you would get $100,000?
In the terms of the experiment, why not?
No, we're not talking about an experiment. We're talking about real life. Like, if someone actually offered you this deal, would you take them up on it?
If you offered it to me, I would take you up on it.
How would you know I was being? You would actually believe that I would give you $100,000?
I'm going to trust you. So
Yeah, but
that I can convince you to trust that.
Of all the jokes and things I've said, you'd be
Well,
like,
this is any time I've asked. Well, no, think about this way. This is comparable to any time I ask you, hey, let's make a podcast. It's comparable to when I asked you, hey, can we do the podcast? You're giving me an hour to 2 hours of your time to make a podcast.
Yeah, and I get nothing in return.
In exchange for that, in the future, potentially, that you will get that time back. Not time, but money in return.
I'm never expecting to get the time back.
Yeah, you can't get the time
I'm
back.
just doing it for fun. I don't care if I get the time back or not.
The money?
Makes no difference. What?
If you ever get money in return?
Yeah, I don't care if I get reimbursed or not in the
Good.
future.
I'll keep that in mind when the dividends start to roll in.
Yeah.
You'll be like me and Kyle. I'll be like, all right, Kyle, you get 48%. I get 51. And Phil, what was that time you said that you don't care? Right, 1%. 1%. And if Will's like, wait a minute, I was there too, you get 0.5% then.
0.5%. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hey, wait a minute. That's not fair.
I did stuff. All right, here we are making Will, which comes up to the point of why he's done with this.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'd say that was a pretty solid first segment, wouldn't you say?
Oh, is it over?
I mean, unless you have something else you want to share.
No, not really.
Perfect. This was an excellent first segment, an excellent beginning to this, hopefully good podcast.